Alright, and we are back with the actual losers finals this time with Ljovynn and Neko.
Noka.
Noka, yeah, I forgot how to pronounce the name. I'm silly. But we're starting with Square, and we are
Squared.
spectating Ljovynn this time. My personal favorite map.
Yeah, I like Square a lot. I think it's probably the best map, like hands down.
Yeah, I feel I like Square just because there's no like obvious place to go at the
Yeah,
start of the game, like on like Main Street or River Drift or whatever. You always know where to go. But on Squared, it just kind of depends on like where the game goes, where you
yeah,
start, and like that's probably my favorite reason. That's probably my main reason that I like Squared so much because it offers a bit more diverse gameplay and
yeah. It definitely tests your ability to improvise.
yeah, it does.
And I think at like a for at least like the first half of the game, you can still like really disrupt your opponent, which I think keeps the map playing. It's just really fun in general because of that. Because you can just
Yeah.
it doesn't just dissolve and or it just doesn't become base building so immediately like with other maps.
Yeah. There's always a lot of opportunity to break into
Yeah,
your opponent's base.
just like
Like that we just
Nokonokomisaki does
saw
right
from
there.
Noko.
Still has two really good gnarly Eddy placements right there for the easy base combo for 3 special, but up top he can place it for 2, but kind of keeps some momentum on that half of the board.
hmm
He decides to go safe with the base building.
hmm
Noko has some really safe turf in the Joe spot on the right.
Yeah. Aw, Jovit.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
nice. I love that.
You literally just said there's some space time,
Right?
some safe space, and then that megalodon, yeah, well, Joe shows up, and
This this kind of shape that fits around like that kind of reminds me of like playing both heavy splatlings back to back because they kind of have that shape where it like almost it's like a quarter circle, I guess. But that Joe is
yeah,
just so nice to get around really tight spots like that. I'm trying to see what the Squiffer is supposed to like work with. I know it's just for like some nice pokes, but I wonder if there's a combo that's intended.
and that nice, almost perfect clash there. Oh, and it looks like we got both Dapples in this deck. Dapples is like a really hard card to work with for me personally. I only really have it in my deck if it's to combo with a Kozuna.
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, but it definitely, it definitely worked out a bit better for Ljovynn there because there was a clash.
Yeah, I think Noko knew exactly what to watch out for. Kind of out of moves. Yuvin's gonna probably play the 10 attack up top.
Mhm.
Actually, no, he's probably gonna go for the gnarly Eddie. I don't know. Oh, I see why he's thinking about that, because he has no special points in the top left corner, and that's basically where all Noko's turf is. Looking for spots with the Inkstorm right now. Is he going to play it this turn, or pass and then do it the next turn or the turn after?
Yeah, I think he's gonna opt to pass and play it the next turn.
Yep.
Riz, they are even right now, so he probably could. So he probably could have afforded to anyway.
Yeah, and that's a nice benefit of trying to look for spots early, is that you don't, you just save time in the long run, and then you know exactly where you can try to fight back.
Ooh, opted to go for a big man. Or Hype Mantis Storm or whatever.
Yeah, I think he can get 3, which is really nice.
It does activate one of Noko's special points, I guess, but
Yeah.
Noko is already preloaded on special points. So, I'm not sure if there really is anything they could do with that extra special point anyway.
Yeah, Noko probably hasn't planned anything, and
Yeah, Noko
it's probably not going to matter.
Yeah, he probably didn't. He was probably planning to use a free 12 of there, so it didn't matter. He was already planning to get enough special points to get a free 12, so.
Ljovynn's 312 choices are pretty interesting. Killer Whale and Inkstorm.
Yeah, I feel like this is just more of that experimentation thing than anything.
Yeah. But I mean,
like I said before, though, you can only really know if something is garbage until you use it and then realize that it's garbage, I guess.
I mean, the spots are pretty good though. Like, I kind of like these Killer Whale spots.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like the way Crab Tank is, where it's just kind of a space occupier if you have to play it regularly, and like the shape can sometimes work in your favor. Unfortunately for
Ooh,
Ljovynn, it didn't work in his favor this time.
yeah, unfortunately.
And Noko will take game 1 of that.
I wonder what map is going to be next.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see if they pick the new maps. I hope they do.
Yeah.
Is Ljovynn making a card change? No, I think he's just maybe pressing buttons.
Well, that's technically what we're all doing. Everyone who's played the game is technically pressing buttons. Well, not technically, we are pressing buttons.
They're gonna get
There they
started.
are. They're starting now. And X marks the garden.
X marks the garden. I think this will be fun to see with the new cards as well. I want to see what people cook with like Grizz 2 and Joe.
Ooh, that is like going for another checkerboard here. Like, I feel like we've seen Zed and checkerboard decks a bit more recently. It just seems to be a strategy that people are just testing out lately.
This is a Ljovyn's played this deck a lot. I don't know if he's made changes to it with the new cards, but this deck I've seen him play a lot here.
Hmm.
It has cool combos with Annie and the Tri-Stringers,
Yeah.
but he's gonna have to keep pressure in the middle with Spike. Banking on Noko not really having something to block off the left side. He's going for the special point rather than making sure he gets into left, which he's gonna fail to do. Now it's all just base building for him. Maybe
Hmm.
an early special. I think that's his game plan, because if he plays Annie and Ink Mine, he can use his splatter color screen to try to disrupt Noko's base, and he can't get into the left or the right side, so I think that's probably the game plan.
That Inkman combo looks like it should be a lot better than it actually is. Like, it looks like it should activate at least at least like 3 special points, but it only activates like 2.
Yeah, but it'll be enough for the splatter color screen to come out.
Yeah.
Just looking at different spots that he can special it. Kind of seems like there's not too much to do to disrupt at this point.
Yeah. It seems to be pretty stagnant from here on out.
Yeah, yeah,
Noko
just
has control of both of the sides, but Ljovynn has control of the middle, pretty much.
and he can
And
still
with
do the tri-stringer and wiper
Mhm.
combo in base,
Mhm.
but he's just not getting the cards for it.
At least that's a pretty good sprinkler spot. They both use sprinkler at the exact same time. It's not as good as a perfect clash, but it's still interesting to see.
Yeah, it's always just kind of silly when they use the same card.
Yeah.
I like seeing that with my opponents as well.
Hmm. A Xenom anomaly. I'm kind of glad that they added more cards in this update than just, the new kits. They
Same.
actually added another 18 card because it was honestly pretty surprising when the side order DLC dropped, and then suddenly Nintendo decided that card, the biggest card is now an 18.
Yeah.
Marina
The
and
power
Pearl
creep
had
increases.
Marina and Pearl had pretty awkward shapes, I feel like, but the as an anomaly is like actually a pretty decent card to work with from the looks of things.
Yeah, because I feel like it has the obvious sprinkler space on one side, but then you still have to try to figure out how you can fill in the other side of it. Ooh, and
Oh
even
my
gives
god,
up.
Ljovynn gives up with like 10 special pointers on him. That is like so sad, but at the same time, he didn't really have that much control over the board, I guess.
Yeah, he didn't see a way to just gain enough special to overcome Noko's attacks. They're gonna go back to X marks the garden.
Mm-hmm. Salty rematch, I guess. Ooh, that's a pretty good starting, I'd say.
Yeah, I think this is a different deck.
Yeah, it must be another checkerboard. Ugh. Ability. I'm honestly kind of surprised that people just have so many decks.
This is interesting to see because the way Grizz is played is that it doesn't. I mean, it can't really block off everything either way, but it it doesn't make that like nice protected line that Dynamo does. But I guess this way, basically anything Yuvin plays now is guaranteed to take the left and right side.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
just X marks of the garden look here. Who's gonna take which side?
Sometimes I think it's just a leap of faith.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of RNG with the decks, with the hands that you have, but I also feel like X Max the Garden in a sense is also RNG. Like the
Yeah,
gameplay itself,
yeah, I'd say so.
like it's pretty much just completely random whether your opponent will pick the same side as you.
Yeah, and then you just have to try to think about which of the cards they might play and play so that you kind of counter it as best you can. But depending what happens now, Yuvin might take the right side. Noko's gonna opt to play in the middle, so Yuvin does secure the right side.
Custom Range Blaster. This, the sprite on that card almost reminded me of I don't know what it was, but it reminded me of something.
I didn't look at it in time. I haven't really inspected that
Yeah.
card.
It's honestly interesting just how many card sprites there are, though. Like,
Yeah,
there must just be someone at Nintendo who's cooking all of this art, and I have to say, like, whatever they're being paid is probably not enough.
Yuvin goes really aggressive and just continues to try to disrupt Noko's base combo.
Yeah, it's definitely a very aggressive strategy here to make up for the more boring game last time, I suppose. But I wouldn't say boring, but it definitely remain
Yeah,
stagnant quite a bit.
Noko's gonna special in and try to stop Yuvin's base combo, but I don't know if it's gonna matter at this point. That 10
Yeah.
umbrella combo is really nice.
hmm Again, that ink mine combo looks like it should activate a lot more than it actually will.
Yeah.
Mind you, could use Sprinkler to get a bit more out of it.
Oh yeah, there's still that sprinkler space right there. It's looking pretty good for Yuvin right now, I'd say. Noko's trailing in turf, but Yuvin's gonna take an easy special lead.
hmm Yeah, he
Once
uses
again, the
that
double
Sprinkler
sprinkler.
combo. hmm
Yuvin doesn't get the special point, but is just gonna keep rolling with his turf
hmm
advantage.
Yeah, he definitely does have a bit of an uh, advantage in Tef here, and Noko looks to be bricked quite a bit here, considering there's pass.
Yeah, I think this is Yuvin's game right now.
I feel
There's not much Noko can do.
I feel like Ljovynn just missed out on a special point. He could have rotated the ten attack, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah. No, he could have, but it didn't matter because he was gonna get enough to play Ouroboros either way. It just gives like a
Yeah,
better or another alternative to special off of, I think.
yeah. But it still kind of annoys me the fact that he has a free special point and he's not taking it.
I mean, if you really want to be efficient, you don't need that extra special.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Once you become the Tableturf Optimizer.exe.
hmm And it looks like Ljovynn will be winning that game with quite a substantial lead, I have to admit.
Yeah, that replay of X marks the garden was that was good for him.
Yeah. I'm
It's
just
2-1 now.
hmm I'm
What were you saying?
only just seeing Noko's full name on the stream, and it's like
Uh,
I'm very glad we have the nickname just Noko. Nokonokomisaki. Mind you, it's
nokonokomisaki.
not that bad, actually. Anyway. Ooh, are we doing double Gemini?
They're going to
We
double
are doing
Gemini.
double Gemini. Let us see what happens in double Gemini. Always a fun map, double Gemini. I mean, how can you not like double Gemini?
I don't know. I like it.
Mirror,
That's a
let's
certified
go.
showman. Real showman.
Yeah, Mirror, Mirror Joe. I'm clipping that.
That's actually a cool opening. Wait.
Yeah. Imagine if Noko plays the exact same
I would love to see them both play captain.
Yeah.
I feel like the spots that Joe reserves are just like big power clam spots.
Yeah. I think Krakon would fit in there, but I don't know. It wouldn't exactly fit, but ooh, Steelhead. I quite like Steelhead, although I have to admit it's not really that good of a card, or at least it's not that good of a card in my decks.
I feel like it's a little better here than some other maps because you can
You
slot
can
it
use
into
it
the
in the
corner.
yeah, you can use it in the corners. I don't actually think I have it in my double Gemini deck. I think I have it in my Square Squared one. I suck at deck building.
Ljovyn's gonna go straight up the middle with that E-liter 4K scope. Try to stop Neko from getting easy base combos. Or Noko, I said Neko this time. So close for the steelhead, but it doesn't fit into the corner exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty upsetting to see. You've been trying to salvage that steelhead spot in any way that you can.
Trying to find a nice spot for the squeegee. Might just have to play the Kohawk instead. Both players kind of play into that left side, but Ljovynn gets the overwrite. Pretty neck and neck on both turf and special. Ljovynn has 1, Noko has 0. That Octoballer combo is pretty cool, but it unfortunately doesn't activate itself, but it gets the other 2 special points.
Yeah. I haven't really seen Octoballer be used that much. It's basically just Booyah Bomb, but with an actual special block.
Yeah, and then that tiny little, I guess it's supposed to be the Octo himself.
Yeah. Although, to be honest, if they wanted to make it the Octo himself on the top, they could have made it stick out on the top, but then it'd be asymmetrical, so who knows. Mind it was already it's already asymmetrical anyway, so. But still.
Getting down to the wire, Noko's got a pretty big point lead, and they both have the same amount of special. It's gonna be really interesting to see how they both attack these next 3 turns.
Yeah. Both have both have the same amount of special, but Noko has a lot, has quite a big point lead here, 14 points. Like, it doesn't seem like that much, but that is still a whole, that is still a whole special,
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
and given the amount of special they both have, it's easy to keep that advantage right now. But
Oh,
Noko
Noko
opts to pass the arrow spray.
passes. Hopefully they have something lined up. Oh,
And Ljovynn doesn't have enough special for another 312 though.
we'll have to do it next
Oh,
time,
I
but
read the turns wrong. I thought it was the last turn for some reason. Whoops. I was like, wait, what? But Noko's gonna
yeah,
hit really hard these turns.
yeah, Noko is that special point that's right in the middle will probably be the main source of destruction here.
Definitely. Yeah, that Marie placed turn 2. I think it was Marie. Placed turn 2 really gave him a great spot to attack from.
Ooh, yeah, that is really aggressive, Chilean Bunny.
Oh, but it's really, really close.
Ooh, but that's almost perfect inkbacks. Actually, no, is that perfect? I couldn't see it before he placed it.
I think it's perfect. I don't see the black space underneath.
Yeah.
But if Noko can get a good spot, it might not be enough.
hmm Ljovynn might have the perfect special, but Noko is 2 points ahead, so so Noko can afford to. Actually, no, not two, three. So Noko can afford to miss out on 3 spaces, which gives him a lot
Yeah.
of headroom for a card with 12 spaces. Oh my
Both
god.
have Inkvac. Was Noko's a perfect?
I didn't get time to see it.
Ooh, Ljovynn wins by
Oh,
1 point. That is so
1
close.
point. 1 point. And that makes the set even, it seems like.
That saves him from the edge of elimination and is gonna bring it to game 5.
Let's see if Ljovynn, the well-known Tabletop champion, will be able to get to the grand finals. Or will the Noko make it to the grand finals? Be interesting to see. I'd,
I I wonder
I
what map
pers-
they'll play last.
I personally, I personally am not like rooting for a certain side, but it'd be interesting to see a Japanese player in the finals.
Yeah, I agree. I'd love if they played box seats right now. I would love that so much because I don't think I've seen it all day.
Yeah.
And I think we just need to get into that cramped little block and just punch each other in the face. That's what we need right now in Tableturf. And they're gonna go to 2-lane splat top.
Oh yeah. I need to spectate. Ooh, wrong person. There we go.
Ljovyn's gonna open up the Ouroboros. I think this is
More
gonna be
checkerboard shenanigans.
yeah, I think this is gonna be a similar combo to X
Hmm.
marks the garden. The right side is basically already unplayable in the middle. Time for them both to go left. The left side's basically unplayable in the middle. Time for them to base build. I like that tri-slosher though. That puts a nice point in the middle, and if Ljovynn has like a wiper or something, he can still try to push a little bit. I feel like their decks are pretty similar from when we were spectating nokonokomisaki earlier.
Yeah.
Like I kind of remember Zinc and stuff. There's the Zinc on his side.
It's a pretty nice bisque combo.
Yeah, I like that. And it plays really easily on both sides with the Grizz. I see how that's a really good combo.
Seem to be seeing a lot of the same cards with these checkerboard decks.
I feel like checkerboard only has so many cards you can play, and that's just kind of why you see like the same ones, I guess.
I mean, like, they're really the only ones that you need for a checkerboard deck, but, like, still, not too much variety you can do with a checkerboard pattern, I suppose.
Noko has to pass, and Ljovyn's gonna catch up and take a slight lead.
And Ljovynn has a lot of special here already. That's 7 special from this con roller he's gonna play.
Yeah, and
Not
he's
7
just
from the Kraken, but 7 points overall.
gaining special by continuing the base build. Noko only has 4 points because he had to pass last turn. He's only activated 3 blocks, but Ljovynn just keeps on activating more.
Mhm.
Noko has to pass again. It's not looking good for him. Ljovynn can just continue to gain a little bit of momentum.
Mhm.
Noko attempts an attack, but I don't really think it's going to do too much at this point.
Yeah.
It sets up a nice special to attack with at the last few turns, but
Mm.
Ljovynn just has so much special.
Yeah. Like, this could be salvageable, but I doubt it. You'd have to pull an absolute miracle for this to be salvageable.
Yeah, I think with an 11-point lead and a huge special lead, it's just Ljuvynn's game at this point.
Yeah, Juven can pretty much afford to special, like, for these last 3 turns every turn, pretty much. Well, maybe not that much, but still, that's a lot of special, and no
He can still fit the stringer. Look, what? Like,
can still fit the stringer. Let's go.
that's insane.
It does get overlapped by the forge, but that builds up another 5 special
Look at
points. So we
that
can play
lead.
another checkerboard.
35
Or he
point
could
lead.
if he had the space. He chooses not to play the checkerboard, which fair enough. He goes for the ultra stamp instead, which he doesn't cover the most, but he doesn't really need to with this point advantage anyway. So
It's just attacking for the sake of attacking.
I mean, to be honest, Ljovynn could have won there without any special, and he would have probably still been fine.
Yeah. But with that, Ljovynn's gonna take the losers finals and is gonna advance to grand finals.
Grand finals.